been waiting for so long. We've been waiting for this time to begin. We ain't getting any older. I kinda feel a little younger. Run away and embrace the day. The sun is out, won't go away. Feel the clouds on your shoulder. Touch the sky, feeling bolder. Going out, going all the way. Going high, 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 high.
Did you know that the new term for albinos is PWA, person with albinism? Hi, my name is Stephonia Bush, and in 2026, I'm going to take a deeper glance into the world of albinism through the stories and personal experiences of those that are living with this medical condition. This video series, inspired by my children's book, Hi, my name is, and I'm a person with albinism, will give us a more intimate glance in what it looks like to actually live with albinism.
This week, we chat with Megan Cauthen.
So, do you prefer to be referred to as albino or a person with albinism?
Either or is fine with me, honestly. I feel like I've been called albino my whole life, so it doesn't really bother me.
Do me a favor. State your name, where you from, and tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, my name is Megan Cauthen. I am from Indian South Carolina. Indian is a small town. Well, it was a small town. It's growing now. I have a 14-year-old daughter and a 14-month-old son, Kaylee and Joshua. I am the oldest of 5 kids from my mom. And like the 4th oldest from my dad. I'm very close with my siblings. We're all close. I'm very family oriented. I am albino, of course. I also wrote a children's book on albinism a few years ago.
Talk about it.
Um, it's called Nellie and Ollie Meeting a Friend Like Me. So Nellie is a little girl, and Ollie is a squirrel. So Nellie and Ollie meet each other, and they hit it off right on back, and they start talking about what it's like living with albinism, the differences that they experience, because everybody does not experience the same thing.
Exactly.
Having albinism. So they just talk about how they can how they deal with how they deal with being albino. I always wanted to educate others on what albinism was. I just never knew what I wanted to do. And I can remember years ago, me and my best friend would talk about doing like a website. But it was just we was just talking. When my daughter started school, I knew she would probably get questions, and that people want to know. So when she was in 3rd grade, she would have to explain to people, because they're asking her, "Are you mixed? Are you adopted?" You know what I'm saying? And one day she came home from school. I'll never forget. I was helping her with her homework, and she was like, "Mommy, can you write a letter to my class and explain to them what albinism is? Because I'm tired of explaining it to them." And so I was like, okay. When she said that to me, I was like, you know what? I'll do something better. I'll write a book. And so I dedicated the book to my daughter, my mom, and my brother. My brother has albinism as well.
Welcome. Glad I get to talk to a fellow
Mom
author.
was
Yeah.
a heavy advocate for me and my brother. She passed away from cancer when I was 21. So my daughter was a year and a half. So I've had to, navigate life through, different hurdles and jump, loops without her. But I finally got to a place to where like I'm ready to tell my story.
Nice.
Because you and I both know, honey, we can tell, we got stories for days.
Yeah. And I love what you said, that even though we both have albinism, our stories are not the same.
No.
It's not the same. We have some similarities, but our stories are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of you and your brother, are there any more albinos in your family?
Nope.
Just the two of
My
you?
brother. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you said you are the oldest of 5?
Yeah, so I'm the oldest of five. So me and my brother have the same dad, and then my mom married my stepdad and had three children with him. So yeah, they're not albino.
Cool. So
Yep.
now, is your kids albino?
Nope.
And one of them? No.
Nope. And I'll be honest, when I got pregnant with my daughter, I prayed to the Lord that she would not be albino. And I told my mom, and my mom was like, well, if she is, you're still going to love her the way that I loved you and your brother. And I was like, oh, yeah, of course. But I just didn't want her to have to deal with the tease and, all the jokes and people making fun of, just people making fun of her. I didn't want her to deal with that. I ain't gonna lie, I was happy. She came out real, real light. She wasn't albino. And not gonna lie, it was a little relief there. However, I still would have loved her same.
Oh, I mean, that don't sound bad either because I pray for the same thing.
You did.
I did. And I had people tell me that that wasn't nice. But when I was younger, I struggled with, I didn't want to be albino when I was,
Mm, I didn't either.
but as I got older, I loved it. But like you, I didn't want my kids to have to go through that.
Mm-mm.
And I tell everybody now is it's one thing to be different. It's another thing to where you're different and it's visible and it can be seen.
Yep.
And I did not want my kids to go through the picking and all of that. I wasn't bullied because I had a lot of people around me who would fight for me like you did. I used to pray that I wake up one day and be brown skinned. That never happened.
Yep. I asked my mom if she could paint me brown.
How was she gonna do that?
I don't know. I was like, Mom, can you just please paint me brown? Yeah. I wanted to be painted brown. I wanted to look like my family.
Mhm.
My mom, she was a heavy advocate for me and my brother. She was just yeah, people stared at us. She would get mad. Like she would just be the person like going off on folks because she, she was being mama bear, protecting her cubs.
Mhm.
And it would just make her so upset. And it would make us upset too. But as we got older, we were just like, Mom, you don't gotta carry on like that. Like it's fine. Like we don't care. Like we got to the point where we're like, it is what it is. But no, she did not like that. And my siblings don't like it either. Because I think people make smart comments and my siblings get upset. But we're just like, it's fine. Like they ain't putting their hands on us. They're just talking. It is what it
Right.
is. But they do not like it. Like I've had family members get into fights. Like my cousin used to get in fights at the skating rink because people were saying stuff about me and my brother. It was a lot of stuff said, and and it was family. I feel like, yeah, you have some family that advocate for you, but then you got some like they just make little slip comments, and it's not necessary.
Right.
And yeah, I don't like that. I can remember my grandmother used to tell me stories when my mom had me. They found out they was like, oh, Phoebe don't have a white baby. That's the milkman baby. People saying all kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
my grandma said a cousin came to the house and looked at me and told my grandma to look at her, look at her, and look at him and look at me. And my grandma said some words to him and kicked him out her house. Cause you can't come to nobody's house disrespecting their grandchild.
You're right. What was it like growing up in South Carolina with albinism? Like, how did you maneuver through school?
Okay, so like I said, the town I'm from is very well, it was very small. Indian land. I want to say so it was a predominantly white area. There were black families too. Like I said, my mom, my aunt, they all graduated from Indian land too. Um, but it's predominantly white. And I would get some stares, whispers, but overall, it wasn't as bad. My brother feels like he got it worse than me, and it could be just because he's a boy. I don't know. But I was at Indian Land from kindergarten until I started middle school. So sixth grade, my parents decided, or my mom, my stepdad decided that they wanted to move to Charlotte, North Carolina. I did not want to move. I did not. Like I begged and pleaded, and I was like, "Can I please just stay with grandma and papa?" And my grandparents didn't want us leaving either. They was just like, yeah, they can stay here with us. But you know, my mom was like, no, my kids are coming with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I cried and cried, and I did not want to go because I already knew. Because I was comfortable in Indiana. I had friends there. I already knew starting somewhere new. I was just I already knew I was gonna get teased. I already knew that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll never forget my first day. I started Quill Hollow Middle. And yeah, my mom had, I want to say she had my hair in a ponytail, and then like she did like 4 or 5 braids at the back going straight back. And I can remember, I think these girls were in 8th grade. I can remember them saying, look, look, look at her hair, look at her hair. Oh, this girl thinks she black. You know how they do. And at the time, like, I had low self-esteem. Like, I was very quiet. Like, I didn't know nobody. And I'm the only albino there. Because my brother was in elementary. So, I'm the only albino. So the guys in class were just talking. Like, it got to the point to where, like, I didn't want to get up out of my seat unless, I had to switch classes. Like, it was that bad. Like, it was just a teasing. So I remember I told my mom, well, so at the time, my stepsister, which I just call her my sister, she was in 7th grade. So we both started at the same time. So I did have her, but I mean, I only really got to see her at the end of the day.
Right.
So I bet like that first week, I was like, Mom, can I please just go back to Indiana? Can I please just move with Grandma and Papa? And she was like, no. She was like, let's just give it a month. And if things are still this way, then we'll consider you going back to Indian land. So I was like, okay. That first month was hell. However, things just shifted. Like everything got better. Um, the people that were teasing me, I say stop. I guess they was just like, well, she gonna be here. We just gonna be friends with her. So it's like I did become friends with those who did tease me, but I mean it is what it is. And they did apologize.
All
They
right.
apologized.
Nice.
And that's how I met my best friend. She actually moved um I wanna say like the she moved maybe a month after school started, and we just became really good friends, and we're still friends. What, 22 years later, we're still best friends.
Nice.
So I had her, and I met other friends, and so sixth, seventh, and 8th grade, like I can say moving to Charlotte, it really got me out of my shell. And that was the school that we moved to. It was more, I won't say predominantly black. It was more diverse. It was like a mixture of blacks and it was a mixture. But it was different from coming from where I'm from and going to Charlotte. I was mad at first when my mom made us move, but I think it was really good. I think it was really good for me and my brother because, we got to see more. We were exposed to a lot more, not necessarily bad things, but, it was more cultural. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got out of my shell. Because I used to walk with my head held down. I didn't want to, because I didn't want anybody looking at my face. And I feel like sometimes now I don't really, because my eyes move. So I'm just like, oh, I don't want to look nobody in their face because you don't know where my eyes going to go. So, um, but it was good. However, I didn't want to start high school there. So my mom, she did let me move with my grandmother my freshman year of high school. So I got reunited with my friends. And I met new friends. And then eventually my mom and they just decided to move back to Indian land too. So I was back with my mom. Um so high school wasn't that bad. And I think people were starting to become more educated on it because it was in the biology books and all that. So people
Wow.
were more aware of what it was, but still not fully understanding what it was 100%. So then, when I graduated high school, I did go to an HBCU. That was different. Now I can say that was different. My mom didn't. When she dropped me off, she didn't. She did not want to drop me off. My brother was like, "Please go back and pick her up." But I met some amazing people there. So, it just, I don't know. I will say it took for me moving to Charlotte to just really get out of my shell and just build that confidence. Knowing that, I'm beautiful, I'm unique. I have a voice. So Yeah, that really shaped me, who I am today. And I am an extrovert, and how people know me now, they probably would never have thought that I was just like introverted and just so shy, because I'm not a shy person. Now I'm not.
So now, as an adult, how do you navigate through life with albinism? Like, have you found any challenges as an adult? Because like you don't live with it now for 33 years, and so you probably could write a self-help book on how to get through life with it. How do you navigate through it now, like in your home life, in
Yeah,
your
I'm actually
career?
writing a self help book now.
Are you?
I'm actually in the process of writing one now. Yep. hmm
Nice.
Yeah, I'm almost done. Um, but I'll say the only challenging thing for me, I guess, would just kind of be my vision. Because like I told you, I don't drive due to my vision.
Hmm.
That's one of my goals.
Hmm.
But I would say that's probably the only challenge. Like I said, I can still got a degree. Still able to do what anybody else is able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, being albino does not necessarily define who I am. I still can do the things that I want to do.
Clock it.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah. But
ahead.
they say clock it. My daughter be doing that clock
Clock
it. I'm
it.
like, girl, you know, right. It doesn't define who I am. So, I embrace it. And even though I can't see, there are ways to work around not being able to see.
Say that again.
But
Yeah.
like I said, my goal is to eventually get my license. I pray that I'm able to do that. But I would say that's pretty much the only challenge. Pretty much sums up how growing up was, being a person with albinism. Um, and I'll say it's much better now that I'm older, but I still get the stares and the whispers, every now and then. And I know I confuse people because I change my hair a lot. So I know people
Yes,
be hella
ma'am.
confused.
Don't you love that?
Yes. I know people are confused. Well, what is she? And so I love that. I do love being able to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, I feel like, it has its pros and cons.
I think once you embrace it
Yeah,
and
once you
you
embrace
like
it.
this, yeah, this listen, because that was the one thing I love, baby. A different color hair, some makeup, baby. I could change ethnicities, baby. I
Yes,
was
I
white
told my
one day, I was black one day, I was Jamaican. You from the islands? Not a
yeah,
lick of
yeah.
patois, but yep.
I told my aunt, I said, honey, I probably could play any ethnic
What
in a movie.
is
Depending
the
on how
first?
I have my hair, don't let
Yeah.
it be curly, honey. I'm gonna look exotic. Yep.
Ooh. So what was dating like as a person with albinism for you?
Dating wasn't really that bad. Um, I got some crazy questions. We got some crazy questions. That's all
I
I can say. I don't know if I need to say it on here, but when I say I've gotten some crazy questions, so yeah, it would just be, it would just be crazy saying crazy stuff. But then I would get some like, oh, I like your look or whatever. Like, I think it's cool. It's just they said some wild stuff. Dating, it wasn't that bad. And when I was younger, I did like, would I ever be able to get a boyfriend? Like, because you think stuff like that. But
what was your husband? What was his first perception of you? Did y'all ever talk about it?
yeah, so when I was younger, honey, in my prime, around 23 years old, honey, I had a Coke bottle figure.
Come on
So
with it now.
when we first met, well, we had exchanged numbers, and we didn't want to exchange pictures just yet. We just wanted to wait till we met each other in person. But I had to let him know that I was albino,
Mhm.
because I don't know, like, I just felt the need, like, I needed to let him know. But he was just like, "Oh, I don't care," and he went to school with someone that had albinism, so it didn't bother him.
Right.
But I just wanted to let him know. So I get maybe it was like a little small insecure thing, but I did let him know.
What was his first impression? I want to know. What did he say he thought about you when he first saw you?
Oh yeah, I was really pretty and I was thick and
Oh, okay, okay.
but he did like my personality. So it wasn't all about the looks and all that. It was like I could maintain a conversation because apparently a lot of people, well, a lot of people can't maintain a conversation properly.
Yeah, and that's all people. Some
Yeah.
people are just not good in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Don't force it. And then the also please use correct spell out your words. Like we're too old to be spelling stuff. Mm.
Just like spell out your words.
If you having a conversation with me and you just not spelling out all your words, because I feel like if you're asking somebody what are they doing, why are you saying WHTU DOI? If they use DOIN, okay, that's fine. But the WHT is crazy to me. And the YU, if you're just gonna do that, you might as well just put the O in there too.
I
Mm-mm,
understand.
mm-mm.
So how long have y'all been together?
We have been together since 2015.
Oh, okay. That's been 11 years.
Yeah. And like I said, we really had a nice conversation. And it wasn't like sexual, like it was just it flowed. Like we just had a really good conversation, a really pretty good strong connection. And that's what's important.
What's your profession? What do you do for a living? You said you went to
Oh yeah.
college. What did you get your degree in?
I'm in the healthcare field. So healthcare administration, um, medical office assistant. And I originally went to school to be a lawyer. And that changed.
Why?
I really don't know. I don't know. I want to be a lawyer ever since I was a little girl, and then I don't know. I just didn't want to do it anymore.
What do you do like now?
So I am a caseworker for Medicaid. And then prior to that, I was um an insurance fees analyst for a dental company. So just dibbling and dabbling in a lot of like different healthcare things.
So how do you like healthcare?
I love healthcare. However, I kind of want to get away from it a little bit. Being an author, I feel like it has kind of expanded my mindset on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't mind being an author full time. And there are other things that I do want to do as well. I love coordinating things, not decorating. I can decorate, but I'd rather somebody else do it. I like to coordinate. So I have been thinking about doing some project coordinating, like different events and stuff. I've been praying on it. It's something that I have been thinking about for a while now. And I think that's the route that I might want to take. No, that's the route that I am going to take. Ain't no might in it because I don't pray and I think, it's for me. So, this authorship, um, coordination, just wherever God leads me. But I feel like, he'll never lead me where he doesn't want me to be.
Right.
And I feel like he's slowly leading me out of the healthcare field. But I have a passion and desire for the helping profession. And I also feel like I don't necessarily have to be in healthcare for that. I mean, just being able to like us writing our books and, me working on a self-help book, I'm still going to be helping
Mm-hmm.
people. I want to be impactful. I want to be able to tell my story. So,
Nice. So now I'm gonna have to get you back on here after you don't finish writing that book, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Before we go, because we done been talking for over an hour.
We have been.
But yeah, but it's been good because I don't get the opportunity here in Florida to meet and talk to other albinos.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen a couple in public and they kind of don't want to talk to you sometimes. And so
But I don't know why. Like, maybe you think? Do you think they're just shy and nervous, or they're
sometimes I think that's what it is. I have a different look on like being approached in public because I'm not an extrovert. I'm not an introvert, but at the same time, I because I'm so used to being the center of attention that it doesn't bother me to be approached, and I feel like if you have a question about albinism, the best way to learn is to ask. And, I don't have a problem, but and it could be that they're shy. But, sometimes I feel like if I see somebody that's like me, then I might be a little bit more open. And some of the albinos that I encounter in South Florida are not.
I'll say this. My brother lives in Arizona, and um when he comes home to visit, I love it because it's just something about when people see me and him both together. When
Mhm.
he came home over the summer, we went out to eat with our family and friends, and I'm telling you, the amount of stares me and him both got. I mean, we still get stares, but it's like when we're together, it's just like I don't know. I love it. It's like when we're together, people are just whisper. I don't. It don't make me feel bad. It's like I love it. I'm like, dang, you need to move back because I ain't going to Arizona. It's too hot. But
Ooh,
I don't
girl.
know. It's like because me and him are never together. Because I mean, he's been in Arizona since my mom passed, 2013. So it's like when he come home, like we're getting together and we're getting with our other siblings and cousins and stuff. But it's like I don't know when we're together. I don't know. It's like I thrive off, and it might sound crazy, but it's just like yeah, there's two of us.
Yeah.
So and I love it now.
I didn't realize it when I was little, but to have someone that can relate to you automatically is a whole different vibe. Like, and so when I did my book launch, one of the guys who came was albino, and I reached out to him to be a model in my book launch because I did a whole fashion show. And he said, yeah. He came, I met him and he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And he was cool as a fan.
See, that's good. And then, see, that's what makes it better. Like when they're cool, down to earth, laid back, chill. I think what you're doing is really good. And I think for me, it's just trying to get out of my comfort zone, reaching out to people, asking if they want to be a part of something. I mean, and it's like if they say no, they say no.
Right. I have enjoyed talking to you. I can't wait to talk to you again. When is this book coming out?
Oh, I'm hoping March.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope.
That's like 2 months, sis.
So yeah, I'm trying. I'm hoping. Probably starting February, I'm really gonna get serious. Like I said, I've started it. I just need to add more pages, and it's not gonna be like a 200-page book. It's probably gonna be like 25 to 30 pages because a self help book doesn't have to be
Right,
a novel.
right.
So yeah, it'll be something you know short, sweet, simple, but it'll get the point across. And I just want to be able to impact those, and it's also gonna be about it's more okay. It's me dealing with albinism until now. But I feel like it's gonna help even those without albinism because there's people out here who lack confidence um for like being dark skinned. Some people don't like being dark skinned. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
or looking differently. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm speaking positive. I'm being positive about
it's
the
gonna
book.
be good. It's gonna be
It's
good.
gonna be
I
good.
I can tell you that right now. It's gonna be
Yeah,
good.
it's gonna
Now,
be
when you
good.
putting this children's book back out?
Oh, you just pulling
Yeah,
girl, you
yeah,
just put me on the spot.
I
So I
am.
plan to do that this not this month. The spring or the summer. Though that's my plan. Um I'm going to relaunch the first one, but I'm also working on a second children's book.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
gonna do a dual book launch. That's my goal. However, if I don't finish the second children's book, I'm not gonna stress about it because I can always relaunch that first book. It's fine. The only people that had those copies is family and friends. Um, but I do plan to do that the spring or the summer.
Thank you so much for taking the time to just sit and have a conversation with me.
Oh yeah, thank you for reaching out.
I
I'm
wasn't
part of it.
going to at first because
What?
it's is Facebook, is social media outside of an interaction on a post or two. Like, I don't know how people are about meeting new people, but you always have that dealing with people that you don't know. You don't know me. I don't know you. You don't know if this going to be some foolishness or not. But the fact that you took a chance, I was like, if I want to get this done, I'm gonna have to put myself out there
Mm-hmm.
and get what I get. Like you said, you're gonna say no, you're gonna say no. But some people did say yeah, and I've learned some, really, really good stuff just by having conversations. Dealing with albinism, rejection is one of those things that you have to maneuver.
Yep.
And so it's always one of those things that comes up first before you step over that with the courage to move forward. And,
Mm-hmm.
that's not something that I can say that I have conquered. The fear of rejection, no, it's
Yeah,
still
I haven't either.
situation by situation basis. And so everybody that I sent out to that said yes, I was like, oh my God, you like really want me to do this, huh? Like they really said yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I thank you for saying yes
Oh,
and taking the time out to talk to me, for allowing me the opportunity to come into your world, your space, and to get to know you a little bit better. This has been an amazing conversation. Thank you so much. You
you're
have a good
welcome.
evening. Tell your family I said thank you for allowing me to borrow you.
Oh yeah,
Enjoy the
thank.
rest of your evening.
All right, you too.
All right, bye bye.
We've come to the end of another episode of Hi, my name is, and I'm a person with albinism. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you for taking time to learn a little bit more about albinism and the people that live with it. Tune in next week so that we can explore the world of albinism through yet another beautiful PWA. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you won't miss next week's episode. See y'all next week. Love y'all.